Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's cross country captain Ian McDonald, women's basketball captain Emma Redding, and women's cross country runner Samantha Yates. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington in athletics. Men's cross country qualified for the NCAA championship for the first time since 1995, coming in second at the Southeast Regional in Georgia to advance to the Division III meet. The women's team placed fourth, and Samantha Yates secured an individual spot at the NCAA race. In other NCAA tournament action, men's soccer knocked out St. Lawrence on penalties in the first round before falling 2-0 to host Franklin and Marshall in the round of 32. Meanwhile, women's soccer lost 3-0 to Hardin-Simmons in the first round in Danville, Kentucky. Women's swimming defeated Carnegie Mellon and Grove City in Pittsburgh, while the men's team beat Grove City and fell to CMU. Wrestling claimed 3 place winners and finished 6th out of 16 teams at the Washington and Jefferson Invitational, and football wrapped up the season with a 59-42 home win over Shenandoah. Here with me in the studio is Ian McDonald, senior cross-country captain from Richmond. Ian, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
That second place finish at the regional, you came in just 6 points behind the regional champion Christopher Newport. How pleased were you with the team? How well did the Generals perform on Saturday?
I mean, that was really our goal the whole season. Our coach told us from the beginning that we could be a second place team on our day, maybe win, but top 2 go to nationals, and that was our season goal, was to finish in the top 2. We've had some races this season where 2, 3, even 4 members of the top 5 have run really well, but we hadn't had a meet where the whole top 5 ran to their potential. And I think that was what happened this weekend. I think this is the first time we've seen how good our top 5 can be at any level meet, whether that's a conference, a regular season meet, or a NCAA championship race.
The championship appearance will be the first for the program in 21 years. What does that accomplishment mean for WNL cross country?
I mean, this has been our goal since I came in freshman year. Coach Spalding told us from the beginning that the goal wasn't to do well at conference. It wasn't to be top 3 at conference. It was to go to the national meet and to do well at the national meet. It means a lot that we're finally there. It's a nice culmination of 4 years of myself, Philip Harmon, and Max Strahler's work, as well as our juniors, sophomores, and our one freshman. And it's, I think, a great reflection on the direction that Coach Spalding has taken our program.
So I think I know the answer to this question, but could you have imagined a better senior season to finish off your career with the ODAC title, second place at regionals, and a national appearance?
I really don't think so. I think that this is as well as it could have gone. There's definitely a sense of, I don't think it was ever unreasonable. I don't think we were ever going in hopeful for anything. I think that the whole season we were acting as though we belonged, and I think that we did belong, and that culmination, that since that the team has come to where we are. I think my freshman year we were 12th at the regional meet. To see that progression over 4 years really shows it's great to be there, but I think more as a reflection of how much we've all worked for it. I think at the end of the day, that's what matters, not the placement, but the fact that the team as a whole is just so improved.
So you've got one more race. What are the team's expectations for the NCAA championship this weekend?
Coach Spalding's told us all season that we can be a top 25 team in the country. We were going through doing the numbers yesterday, and on our best day, I think that we could really surprise ourselves, surprise the country. The Southeast region usually falls in that 31st, 32nd spot, the last 2 teams at nationals. And I think both us and CNU are in a place to really shock the country and show that the Southeast region is going to be a factor for a long time.
Ian, thanks for joining us. Good luck in Louisville this weekend.
Thank you.
Joining me now is Emma Redding, junior basketball captain from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Emma, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
WNL finished 17-10 last season. You matched the program's best ever finish in the regular season by tying for 3rd in the ODAC. How can you build off of that success this year?
I think we have a really great group of returners coming back with a lot of experience, but we also brought in some really high quality players in our freshmen. So I think the combination of those veterans and these new players are really going to take our team to the next level and hopefully advance even further in the tournament.
You're a true center on a team that returns a lot of perimeter players. How do you view your role on the court?
I would say I definitely pride myself on dominating the paint offensively and defensively. But along with that, since we have some really good perimeter players with Emily Perzik and Jackie Clifford, I see it as my role to also look really for the inside-out game. We play best when we're really working the ball around, getting in and out, and opening up those shots on the outside. So passing it out to those players and giving them opportunities is something that I also really pride myself on.
The Generals open up the season on Tuesday against 20th ranked Mary Washington. The non-conference schedule also includes strong programs like Messiah and Scranton. How will that level of competition benefit the team?
I think overall it just really speaks to what we want to do as a program this year in the high level of competition we scheduled for ourselves. I think Coach Clancy could have easily scheduled some really easy out of league games, padded our record with some easy wins, but that in the long run isn't going to take us to our ultimate goal of an ODAC championship. And playing teams like Scranton and Mary Wash, they're going to give us that competition that we need in that practice, that when we get to the tournament we're going to be able to hopefully take the title.
You just alluded to the ODAC title as one of the team's goals. What are the other objectives? Sorry. My bad this time. All right. You mentioned the ODAC title as one of the chief goals. What else is the team looking to accomplish this year?
I think definitely, that ODAC championship's their number one goal, but I think to do that, it's going to take a lot of small things, and we've been working on those all preseason since day one coming on campus through this first game. I think some of the major keys there are we led the ODAC last year actually in limiting turnovers, so we're looking to definitely keep that up. And then also just playing a full 40-minute game. I think it really showed last night in Mary Wash. I think we played a really solid 36, 35 minutes, and a team that good is going to take advantage of those 4 minutes where we kind of slumped down. So playing that full 40-minute game and trying to continue that through a whole season is, I think, going to be a major key to getting that ultimate goal of the ODAC championship.
Emma, thanks for joining us. Best of luck throughout the season.
Thanks for having me.
With me now is Samantha Yates, sophomore women's cross-country runner from Birmingham. Samantha, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You finished 9th at the NCAA Regional this past weekend in Georgia, earning a spot at the national championship for the second straight year. How have you been able to have this kind of success so early in your college career?
Yeah, well, I have a very supportive team and a very supportive coach. And I always had the desire to push myself to my fullest potential to see what I can do, and to be of as much value to my team as I can. And I think this has really brought me to where I am today. And also I have two great training partners, Kirsten McMichael and Maggie Siebold, who have pushed me through workouts and races to make sure that I can be the best runner that I can be.
The Generals placed 4th overall at Berry. How pleased was the team with Saturday's performance?
We were very pleased, for sure. We started out the season, half the team was dealing with some issues, or some injuries or other issues that were impending on us. And up until a month before regionals, we were still struggling through some of those injuries. But we made a great comeback, and I think we are very pleased with our placement, considering where we were at the beginning of the season. And while we would have hoped to maybe score higher, I think it definitely showed that we can definitely make it to nationals next year from regionals.
How will competing in last year's NCAA championship race help you as you prepare for this Saturday's meet in Louisville?
Well, I think one thing that I wasn't really as prepared for last year was just the level of competition at nationals and the amount of people that were there, including both spectators and just the large, massive crowd that you would have to fight through during the race. So I think I would definitely be more mentally prepared this year to kind of, I'll be more mentally prepared for this level of competition and to make sure that I get out and don't try to get caught in the large mass of people at the beginning of the race.
I know you're focused on the cross-country championship, but looking ahead, you earned Rookie of the Meet honors at both the indoor and outdoor track and field championships in the ODAC last season. What are your expectations for the upcoming track season?
Individually, I am going for the 3K indoor school record. I got close to it last year, so I think I have a good shot of it this year. I also want to get a DMR to nationals this year. I think we have a good group of girls who will be able to run the DMR, so I think we have a good shot at that. And then other than that, as team goals, we're really hoping to win indoor and outdoor ODACs for track.
Samantha, thanks for joining us. Best of luck at the national championship this weekend.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. The swimming teams travel to Lancaster, Pennsylvania for the Franklin and Marshall Invitational, which begins on Friday. Men's basketball will compete in Rochester's Chuck Wrestler tournament, starting with the Friday afternoon game against Suffolk. Wrestling visits Davidson, and women's basketball will take on Colorado College in Marymount's tip-off tournament. Men's cross country heads to Louisville for Saturday's NCAA Division III championship meet, while Samantha Yates will run in the women's race. Also Saturday, wrestling competes in the Star City Open. Men's basketball will face either Rochester or Alfred, and women's hoops meets Marymount or Ursinus. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.